couscous. Okay, and the Israeli couscous, it's a type of pasta also. Okay, it's made of semolina. Okay, it's a little bit grainy, it's like look like a ball here. It's a little bit different from the Moroccan couscous. My mise en place for the Israeli couscous, I'm gonna start with 1.5 cups of veggie stock. I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, if you want to use olive oil, you can also use olive oil. I'm using 1 cup of the Israeli couscous. Start with my Israeli couscous. I'm just gonna put it on the. I'm gonna set it on high here. I got my pot. It's empty. Okay, it's empty pot. I'm just gonna drop. I'm gonna drop the stock. Okay, I'm gonna dilute that butter inside. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here, and I'm gonna add around one teaspoon of salt. Okay, I'm gonna add a pinch here. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it to boil. Okay, I'm gonna set it to boil. Okay, I wanna bring it to a boil, and once it brings to a boil, I wanna drop my couscous. I'm gonna reduce the heat. I'm gonna put it on low heat, simmer that, just put a lid on and wait around like 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, it's starting to boil, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop my couscous inside. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of like stir it around it. Reduce the heat. I had it on high. Now I'm gonna set it on medium low. Okay, because I want this to simmer. Okay, and I'm just gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna set a timer here. I'm gonna do 8 minutes. I'm gonna cut that squash here. Okay, I'm just gonna peel that. I could peel with my knife if you guys want to. Just go straight like I'm doing here. Or if you want, you can use the peeler. Okay, just be careful with the peeler. I've seen more people cutting themselves with the peeler than with a knife. Okay, if I was doing my stock, for example, I could use that to make my stock. Okay, I could use the shaved skin of my squash to make the stock, for example. I could use that. Okay, remember, I'm not adding any onion. I'm not adding any like pepper, or I'm not adding like tomatoes to my couscous. So I want to build all those flavors into the stock, because that's what's going to bring most of the flavor. Okay, make sure you guys cut it. Okay, I'm gonna cut it like in small cubes now, because I want it to boil kind of quick. I'm gonna be mashing that, so don't worry if it's not perfect. I'm not gonna be showing that on my final product, but I want to cut it in like small pieces so it doesn't take it too long. So I have some boiling water. I have some boiling water on the pot on the back. Okay, and I'm gonna use that water to cook my my squash. Okay, I just want it all cut it at almost the same size. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be precise. Okay, and now I'm just gonna drop that on the water. Okay, I'm gonna start to cook that until it's like very, very soft. I'm gonna work on my mise en place now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make some parsley dust. Okay, this is actually cilantro, not parsley. I'm just gonna cut it a little bit of cilantro to add it at the end. I'm gonna chop it very, very fine. Okay, I wanted to make it like dust. Okay, now I'm gonna work with my shrimp. Okay, I just got here 21, 26 shrimps. Okay, I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper. Just salt And I'm gonna add some white pepper. I'm just gonna season really easily here. So I'm heating up the pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. So now I'm just gonna add it, very hot pan. Just adding my shrimp. Okay, don't overload your pan. Okay, my timer went off. That means my couscous is almost ready. Okay, almost ready. So I'm gonna leave it there for another maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Once I have a golden brown shrimp, I can flip it, okay? Very good. So shrimp should be very quick. So I'm just gonna move my shrimp to another container, okay? So both sides are cooked. I'm gonna move it here. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get some white wine and I'm gonna deglaze that, okay? I'm gonna deglaze. So that reduced wine with that shrimp, it's gonna give me an amazing flavor. Okay. If you want, you can also make like a sauce out of this. Okay. You can add like a little bit of butter here. Okay, I'm gonna reduce that, and I'm just gonna put that on top of my shrimp. So my couscous, it's almost dry, so I'm gonna move it out of the heat. So if you guys take a look, let me show you here. If you take a look, it's creamy, okay? It's creamy. So I'm just gonna put it on the side, okay? Out of the heat. You don't want to leave it on the heat. The squash is very tender, so I'm ready to take it out, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this container here. I'm just gonna get my strainer, and I'm gonna put my squash in here. I got my squash here, and I'm gonna get my hand blender, okay? And I'm just going to puree it, okay? If you think it's too dense, okay, you can always add some of the veggie stock. I just made it some extra here. And I got some veggie stock. So I'm just gonna puree it. If you don't have extra veggie stock, you can use water, and that's fine. Nice puree. I'm gonna cut it, my shrimp, okay? Okay, very nice. I got here some of my juices. I'm just gonna drop this into my pot. Okay, this is gonna give me acidity. I can now also drop the shrimp in here. And my cream of squash, okay? Now I'm gonna mix it all together. Ooh, look at that. Look how creamy it's getting. Amazing, amazing. Okay. A little bit of salt. Always add some lime juice or lemon juice, whatever you guys prefer. It's gonna give a final touch to it that I just love it. Okay, so I'm gonna add some lemon juice here, and I'm gonna finish with my cilantro, okay? Like I told you guys, if you don't like cilantro, that's fine. You don't even have to add it. You can add parsley if you prefer. I'm adding a little bit of a flavor, and I'm also giving some color to it. So I got my plate here. I'm gonna use a bigger spoon here, and I'm just gonna pour. And that's the couscous, all right?